I got a question that I've been meaning to ask. I've been saving this one a little bit.
Oh shit! All right, here we go. Yeah, here we go.
It's more opinion based. What you
Yeah.
think, right? And you know, we might not even be able to answer this because we're not really in the dating world per se.
Yeah.
But it's more about the dating world and men. And obviously, everybody wants to have like the upper hand. You know, even in the gym, some guys use gas, they use steroids, and you know they want the upper hand.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
want to be the best. You want to use everything you
Your
can to
advantage.
your
Yeah.
advantage, right? So when like you're dating a girl, courting a girl, you first meet a girl, you know she might be dating other dudes, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes time to like lay it down, you want to lay the pipe.
Are we talking about busting the first nut first?
well-
Is that where you're going?
No.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about, though.
My
You've
question
ever heard,
is,
you've heard about that before.
no, what's that?
Where you rub one out first.
Oh.
So like you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
the
I've
frantic
heard about
one
that.
out first. Okay.
I've heard about that.
Okay,
I've heard about
okay.
that.
That's what I thought you were
A
going.
lot of men probably need to do that. A lot of men probably need to do that. But like, I'm
Oh,
going to take it a step further
Yeah.
because you know, like, unfortunately, the way the world works right now, you know what? You want to impress the girl. There's a chance she may be seeing another dude at the same time, whatever. But you want to lay it down. You want to be top dog,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like, are most guys these days, or many guys? Let me say many guys, using drugs to their advantage when it comes to the bedroom.
Like Viagra and Cialis and that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
yeah. Because I'm thinking that some dudes are, and I show concern for the other guys who aren't,
Yeah.
because they're not gonna lay it down. A lot of men aren't gonna lay it down the way the dude is with the drugs, and I'm gonna say it's not fair.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer this in so many parts.
Yeah.
Because I've used them.
Yeah,
Before.
yeah,
And to be honest, all it does, it make, you know how like when you have an erection, sometimes you're with a girl and like it will soften up at certain time a little bit. It doesn't go soft,
yeah.
but it softens up.
yeah.
Like the difference is like with that stuff, most of the time
That
when
doesn't
you're
happen.
on,
Yeah.
your mic beast mode.
Yeah.
When you're on, you're on.
Exactly.
Right. So
exactly.
full salute.
Yes.
Right? I don't know why I'm doing a Hail Hitler sign. It's probably really bad for me to be doing that.
Especially right now.
Let's see the black man. Sit shout out to the black man. Okay, so that's the difference.
But that's a huge difference.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's a massive
it
difference.
is a big difference. But like, there's
That's
so
not-
much. There's so much more. To
That's
it
not
than that.
fair. That's not fair
Bro,
to the dude
Bro,
who's dating the girl.
Let me put this on you and tell you why it is fair.
Okay.
Okay, when you were 19, 20, you
Yeah.
thought you had some dick game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, at 19, 20, you have a raging boner
Yes.
any time of the day.
Yes.
You could think about, chicken legs and you'd be like, oh, shit,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I'm
But
pretty
now,
close to
but
that
you
now
know,
still.
you realize that
Yeah.
you probably didn't know shit,
Facts.
right? Now, if 20-year-old you, this is a weird concept, very weird concept, I'm putting it out there. 20-year-old you meet your wife versus you now meet your wife. You know that you now is pleasing her way more because you know what you're doing.
Yes.
And there's just way more to it than just a hard dick.
Okay, but what about the two people who know what they're doing, but one's using the
But
drugs?
chances are that's not the case.
Well, I don't know,
Chances
man.
are
The
that's not
dating
the
world
case.
is crazy right now. I don't. I show concern, bro.
I've used it because I was just like, I want to see what it does. I
Yeah.
want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe you like have like a long night and you're like, oh, like let's try this. It's like, oh, let's get drunk tonight, or
Yes.
if you're into recreational drugs, let's try this drug
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
And it's just a thing that you try. Let's
Yeah.
watch porn tonight. Let's use a cock ring or whatever. It's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
I
But
just
it's not something that you like need if you
No, not at all.
If you know what you're doing.
not at all. But the question comes from. So I watch vloggers like Nelk and a lot of
Yeah.
very popular vloggers who travel all
Yeah.
around the world, and they talk about it all the time, and they openly say like, no, like when you impress the girl, you pop one and boom, you're that much, you perform that much better. Just like I assume when you take steroids, you perform better. The veins are open, your blood's flowing more,
I mean,
everything's
I
just
guess
functioning
it
a little
does
bit
give you-
better.
Yes, it does give you
A little bit
if
of an
you know what
advantage.
you're doing and you have that.
Right.
Yeah, it might give you.
It gives you an
edge.
advantage.
Yeah, it might give you
So,
a little bit of
like,
edge.
If you're a man who's dating right now and you're not using that,
I don't
Is
think
that like?
I don't
Is
think
that
it
like?
gives you that big of an edge.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think
huh?
it gives you that big of an edge.
Mm.
I think it's like using 91 octane to 94 octane, but like your car doesn't require the 94 octane.
The car doesn't require it. Okay.
You waited for that
You got
part.
me there. You got me there.
Right? It's gonna run a little bit
I was
better.
just saying, my M
It's gonna run
runs like crap on 91, bro.
It's probably gonna run a little bit better, right? It's probably gonna run a little smoother.
Well,
but
you know
it's not
what?
required.
You know what? If that's the case, that I feel a lot better for a lot of dudes out there.
Yeah.
Because I would show concern
Yeah,
for the
no, I
dude
don't
who's
think
out there in the dating
yeah,
world
it's not
trying
like
to
you can't
impress
compete.
women.
No, it's not
And
like you can't
if
compete.
you can't compete and women are like,
No,
yo, what's
bro.
this guy doing, bro? Like, the dude last week was way
Way
better. Right? You know what I mean? But it's only because that guy was, you know, not cheating, but he was cheating. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh man.
you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying.
But you know what? To that guy, like you know, the worry or what you got to be considered about, like consider too, is like, what are you gonna do next week? Are you gonna use it again, or are you gonna just keep using it? And then what happens when you don't have it? Then she's going back to homeboy that was like, yo, you know what? He wasn't that bad, actually.
That's a fact. That's
he
a
wasn't
fact.
that bad, right?
That's a fact.
You don't want to be like,
Or the
like,
women
do you get dependent on it? Like,
Yeah.
or do you just like? It could be just like a mental thing too. Like if you don't have it, you're like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able. Like, we work like that.
Yeah.
We work like that. You're gonna run to a situation like, oh shit, I don't have it tonight. I'm gonna be off my game.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, that's messing with you, and you're like, oh, I can't get hard at all. Like, what the hell? You're in the bathroom talking to it. Why are you working for? Background story again.
Yeah.
That happened to me before too.
Really?
That happened to me before too.
I'm trying to think of a time.
Oh man, I was talking to this girl for so long.
Yeah.
And we actually talked about her before on this podcast too. I'm not gonna go back to that story. I'm not gonna go back. But yeah, I remember just like, what the hell? Like you've been waiting for this moment forever.
Yeah.
And like you don't want to play. You don't want to play. You want to come on to play. So you know what you obviously do. You try to make it work a little bit, and then when it's partly going, you're like, all right, let's go in there and hope that you and hope that you stand up fully once you're in there.
I can relate to that. I can relate to that.
There's so many dudes on here
I can
that's
relate
gonna relate to that. There's so many dudes on here that's gonna relate to that. Like,
hope for the best.
It'll work after, and it does. It does.
Don't put the pressure on yourself, boys. Don't put pressure on yourself.
I get in my head a lot, man.
Really?
I get in my head a lot. Yeah, little things can like throw me off, and then I'm just like, oh, I gotta take a break.
Yeah.
Just give me like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
We be back.
I think
after these. What they say in the movies? We'll be back after these after these spot words from our sponsors.
I think it's very common, since we're on the subject.
Yeah.
I think